Those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay.
This video is going to go over the question, is this famous YouTuber named Idubbz TV, is he considered a simp for what he is allowing and putting up with in his current relationship with his girlfriend? All right, guys, so we're going to do a little video response for this one, and this was sent to me by a couple people. They mentioned this, and I actually had never, so like full disclosure, I've never seen anything of Idubbz, this guy, except for this one video that someone sent me. And again, we're going to go over the question of, do you believe what his behavior is or what he's allowing in his relationship? Does this categorize him as a simp?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Idubbz Complains. This is a very special episode where I get to tackle two topics that I've recently become very passionate about. That is a section of my audience who thinks they know me, and my opinion on sex work. You can sort of see where these two will collide.
So that's what he's talking about right there. My views, you know, the people that follow me, and then my views on sex workers, and see how they collide, because he's been getting a ton of different memes and all these things, you know, put on him about him being a simp. Again, I had never heard of this guy before, but he has something like, he has like millions of followers on YouTube, so he's pretty well known apparently.
Those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either. A good amount.
Okay. Let me stop right there for a moment. Just because reading body language, just kind of reading him, and again, I don't know this guy. I haven't seen his videos, but I just didn't feel there was complete congruency there with what he said. Like, I'm cool with all of it. Because to me, again, I personally, I don't care if a girl does OnlyFans. I don't care if she's a sex worker. I don't care if she does porn. I really don't care. Again, do whatever you want. Live and let live as long as you're not harming anyone else. However, it's different if you are now in that scenario with her. And I wanted to bring up this point because notice that he said, my girlfriend recently started an OnlyFans account. And again, I'm going to tie that in later, but to me that was an important that his girlfriend started an OnlyFans account. It wasn't like his girlfriend after she had already had a thriving account and he met her. I think that plays a factor into all this, but let's keep going.
People are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's a whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed. You lied to us.
Okay, so what I was talking about, he goes through this and he brings up old videos, which really to me didn't matter. He's more talking to his own followers at this point, but here's some comments that he put up. If Anissa, I think that's his girlfriend, wants to sell her nudes online, she's a whore and hustler. If Idubbz wants to contribute to his GF sending nudes online, then he's a hypocrite. If men want to pay those nudes, they're idiots. Idubbz said he's changed his thought on sex workers. He's not a simp, he's more of a hypocrite. Feels bad to do that after watching you for 4 years, but you are a hypocrite. You became exactly what you used to make fun of. Pathetic cuck, acting stupid, trying to make people believe you are self-aware when you're just a pathetic loser. Have fun living with a whore. All right, these are pretty intense, right? These are intense. That's probably why he brought them up. But again, my understanding is that this guy has basically made his living off of YouTube by reacting to other people's videos, making fun of them. He does a thing called not fashion police, like content police or something like that. So he will go in and make fun of all these other people for things that they do. And these people who have watched him for 4 years, which I haven't, maybe you guys have, they're saying that he's being a hypocrite because they're seeing what he used to make fun of is now happening to him and he's not acknowledging it. He's trying to claim that he has evolved to a more mature perspective, and that's why he's okay with it. Whereas these guys who have been following him are saying, no, you're being a hypocrite. Again, I don't have a dog in that fight because I haven't watched enough videos to do it, but just to bring you up to point. And then he's showing other videos about some things he mentioned. But let's go back. Now let's start here.
That they would do it. I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. It's just flavor. Like, in the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again. I don't know why everyone thinks that, like, I made a stand. I stood on top of a hill, and I proclaimed to all my loyal Christian followers, no porn shall ever cross my screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked.
All right, that's what I want to bring up again. He's bringing up certain arguments, and I just believe, right, this guy has millions of followers. He should have better ways to see the holes in, I guess, his own arguments, but I just don't like stuff like this. Like, look at this.
My screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked.
So he's trying to, I guess, in my opinion, he's being a social justice warrior in a sense. He's trying to, like, say, oh, yeah, well, I can't believe everyone's getting mad at me. I never told everybody that I would never get a girlfriend that would lower her standards to show half-naked pictures online. You see how he's trying to justify, like, oh, my gosh, she's sending half-naked pictures. That's so bad, when I believe he's not getting to the root of the problem, which is what a lot of us as guys know. You know what? Fine. Be an OnlyFans girl. That's fine. But if you're a man, why would you put up with your girlfriend doing that? And look, this guy says, let me have hope, all right? I want to believe he is too intelligent for this.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That is where you're wrong. Intelligence has plenty to do with this, because intelligent men understand the domino effect of this. Intelligent men understand that if you have a girlfriend and she has an account that is specifically for OnlyFans, sexual content, provocative content, and she has messages, guys DM those girls all the time on that stuff. They send stuff and she has to flirt back to keep them happy. She has to keep them on her OnlyFans account. So there's a lot more going on to this whole thing. She's going to be interacting with these guys. These guys are willing to pay her for this. So imagine, some of these guys might have a bunch of money too, just like this guy has. But just imagine now they're flirting with her. She's getting all of this stuff. She's literally compartmentalizing her relationship energy with not only this guy, but with everybody on her OnlyFans account. So when he mentions this has nothing to do with intelligence, yes, it does. Because if you were intelligent and you understood human nature, and you understand female nature, especially with hypergamy and all that stuff, but even without that, just human nature alone, you would understand that when your girlfriend has a paid account of provocative photos, and that's the guys are there literally just to see her provocative photos and to message them when they're horny and all that stuff. If you don't see how that could become a problem, if you don't see how that could also inflate her ego, and she's getting all of these compliments all the time, so anytime this guy now, her boyfriend, ever, wants to lay the law down in any sense, she can just be like, why do I have to listen to you? I have all of these other men that are willing to do anything for me. He doesn't see how that's a problem. That's an intelligence issue for sure.
I'll say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me, that I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life.
No, dude, you don't get off that easy. Sorry, man, you do not get off that easy. By saying that you have no problem with sex workers and girls being promiscuous or whatever. No. Okay, that's not what this is about, because I don't have a problem with that. I could care less. Most guys don't care on that sense, right? We understand the nature of things. We understand there's going to be strippers and adult film stars. We understand all that. A lot of people don't have a problem with that. A lot of people like the fact that that becomes an option. But the thing is, when you are trying to justify it in such a way that you're like, well, I have no problem with sex workers. Hey, sex workers have rights too and all that. And like, you're taking a social justice warrior stance to try to get off of the reputation that you're now getting of becoming a simp. You're trying to justify what you're allowing when other people clearly see it as being simp behavior, and you're trying to put a little rah-rah justice warrior on that, like, go sex workers. I have no problem with women being promiscuous. It's like, no. There's a difference between having a problem with other women, just in general, doing whatever they want, and having a problem with your girlfriend doing that. There's a big difference that categorizes you from simp versus non-simp, okay? There's a lot of guys that are not simps that are like, dude, I don't care if women do whatever they want. Like, they have that right. But those same guys would not be cool with her as a girlfriend being like, yeah, I'm going to start showing all my nudes to other guys and talking with them in the DMs and all that stuff. You should be cool with it. Like, don't try to justify it. That's what I don't like.
Whatsoever. And the sooner you realize that for yourself, the better. I wanted to talk more about all the shitty takes that people have, and this guy that we're going to watch has pretty much listed all of what the arguments are for people who don't morally agree with the situation.
Everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars.
What exactly do you think I'm seeing? Do you think she's shooting fireworks out of her pussy? Do you think she's screening The Matrix Reloaded down there? It's not a mystery. It's a pussy, dude. No,
okay.
There's no special pussy. It doesn't become less valuable the more people see it. If that's the case, my body and my person is the most valueless thing on the planet.
No, see, again, look at that. Just think how lacking that is in logic. He's claiming that his body and his person are valueless because he shows it everywhere, because he's a public figure. So every time you see him, he should be losing value, because if your guys' argument about the more times you see a pussy reduces its value, then what are you talking about? He's trying to relate apples and oranges. It's just not the same thing at all. And I think he realizes that, which is why there seems some pent-up frustration in him as he's making this video. But really, you really believe that? If that was the case, if seeing someone's pussy was just as the same as seeing someone's face or a man's upper body, then why do people wear bikinis, swimsuits? Why do people wear clothes? You're literally just saying that someone seeing your face is exactly the same as someone seeing your penis? That's not true. And let's just reverse this a little bit more. Would your girlfriend be cool if you were just like, hey, I'm gonna go around sending my penis to a bunch of different girls? No big deal, right? It's just something that I feel inspired to do. Would she be cool with that? If you were messaging all these women that wanted you, especially because this guy's rich, right? He has millions of followers. He's high status in that sense. He has a bunch of money. Do you think his girlfriend would be cool if she knew that there was a bunch of gold diggers around and he was just like, yeah. No, it's cool. Just let them. They're just going to match with me on Tinder. I'm going to send them my dick pics, and, we'll just do all that stuff. We'll talk dirty, but that's it. That's just my passion. It's a side business I have. You should be cool with it. It's like that. It just doesn't make sense.
Internet is a forever archive, so there's no, I regret, delete all button. That's not quite there.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like from 2003. By the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew. But when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just going to make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought. Just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
Okay. A couple things I want to point out here. First off, do I believe that some people heard about OnlyFans and they impulsively made the decision to create an OnlyFans account, not thinking of the repercussions that could happen? 1,000,000%. I bet you a bunch of women did that. They probably thought, you know what? No one will know about it. Oh yeah, sure, I'll do that. And maybe they didn't get followers, so they stopped. Or maybe they did it and then maybe someone else found out about it after, but they thought they could get away with it. They didn't think about the repercussions. So yes, I 1,000% believe that there are definitely people in this world that were impulsive enough to do it. So him bringing up that con, I think that is a fair point, because if you have pictures of your pussy all over the internet, yeah, your life is not over, but that is going to hold you back from certain things. We'd be lying if So I'm glad at least that this guy on the board brought it up as a con. Okay. I don't think it was definitely enough of an argument for this Idubbz guy to think that he won the argument by like talking about that. It's like, no, that's a fair point for him to bring up.
Didn't give it any thought, just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how.
Okay. So just notice how he used the term of just thought I'll sell my pussy online. So right there, right? Now we know what he believes OnlyFans is selling your pussy online. So earlier when he said, is it a big deal that she sees that other people see pictures of my pussy? Well, he just referred it right there as selling her pussy online. So if you use that definition, like he literally just used in his own little video of, yeah, you know what? OnlyFans girls are selling their pussy online. He used that definition. And now if you take that into context, okay, Idubbz, are you cool with your girlfriend selling her pussy online? Your girlfriend selling her pussy online. Are you cool with that? I would like to hear his answer to that straight up. I would assume he would go, yeah, of course I am, and justify it like he is. But look at his face, guys. You can tell it's getting like red and heated. And this is eking at him. This is bothering him. There's probably a whole iceberg going on at home about what he's like. He's having to pretend that he's okay with this when he's not. This is what we mentioned, guys, in a marriage or long-term relationship where the goalpost slowly moves to the point where you start to allow things that you never would have thought you would have allowed before because she can slowly kind of morph you into it. Like, what are you against women's empowerment? Do you think I shouldn't be able to be proud of my body? Are you trying to body shame me? Like, you see how she can just keep piling this on you until the guy eventually is brainwashed into believing like, oh yeah, this is okay for her to have an OnlyFans account.
Goes.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account.
Whoa. The sarcasm that this guy is talking, this is my problem. This guy Idubbz is talking in that confident, arrogant tone like he's about to drop the mic. The point you brought up is so stupid, I'm going to wipe my hands with you with your stupid argument. Okay? And so he's like, you really think that having an OnlyFans account is going to stop you from getting a future job? Yeah, I do believe that having an OnlyFans account would definitely prevent you from getting certain jobs. I was a school teacher. You better believe that if I had an OnlyFans account or a woman had an OnlyFans account, you don't believe that they would put that into the process of whether they hire you or not? You really don't believe that that would have some type of potential effect? Because we know that certain people say, hey, don't even put pictures of yourself drinking on your Facebook or on your LinkedIn. Because, you know, anything like that, if a job applicant has 100 applications to go through and they're all equally qualified, and then you see some people partying on their pictures, you know what? That could actually inhibit you from getting the job. So you don't believe in this era of Me Too, in this era of false accusations or sexual harassment, of all of that stuff. You don't believe that a woman with a provocative OnlyFans account where you said yourself she is selling her pussy, you don't believe that a company might have a red flag about hiring a woman like that with all of the Me Too stuff going on? You really don't think so? Dude, you are crazy. And the fact that you said he's so far out of reality that he believes this is what's astonishing, because that guy brought up a very reasonable point.
If you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken.
No, he's absolutely right on. Guys, what do you think in the comments? Do you think a girl having an OnlyFans account could potentially lose her a potential job? Do you guys think that? I mean, am I really that crazy? Do you guys really believe that all business owners are SJW warriors? We're just like, I don't care what you did in your past. No big deal. I don't care. Come on, work for us. No, that's fine. Do you really believe that's the world we live in?
I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job.
Well, again, I'm going to bring this back to him saying that the guy that made the pro-con video was so far out of touch of reality. Here's what I'm going to say to this dude. This guy, Idubbz, been very successful online with YouTube. I mean, a great channel. I can't say you get millions of followers. That's awesome. Like, whatever he does for his content, it works. People like watching his videos. So he knows that part. However, he's got to understand he's been a YouTube sensation for years. He hasn't been in the real world where there are real things you have to think about whether you're going to get hired. There are other people that you're competing against that have very similar, if not better qualifications. So little things do matter. And by little things, OnlyFans to me is definitely one of those things that will matter. Again, think about the Me Too movement. So even though you can sit there on the moral high horse and go, yeah, well, companies shouldn't discriminate about what you've done in the past, it's like, just understand that there are going to be tons of other people competing for the same job that don't have the OnlyFans account in their background. So it makes sense for the owner of that business to weigh certain things. Could that OnlyFans account potentially be an issue? Yeah, it could. So I would rather have any of these other 99 people that applied for the job than this one. You got to be realistic on this sense.
The playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't going to work. No one's going to hire you looking like that. The bone through your nose? Yeah, forget it.
Okay, all right. Bone through your nose? Okay. Would I say that no one will hire you? No, absolutely not. No one will hire you. No. Will there be companies that won't hire you because you have a bone through your nose? Yes, I know certain companies or works that buddies want to have facial hair and you can't have facial hair. There's a lot of little things. You got to clip your nails. There's all these little things. And so you don't think that someone having a bone through their nose could potentially hinder you from getting a job? Dude, this guy lives in a world that is not reality. This guy lives in a world that is completely fantasy, which again makes sense. He's done YouTube for a long time. I understand. But to make fun of other people for their logical arguments and then to bring these up, that just loses all credibility with me.
Yeah, the stud going through your tongue, no one wants sluts working for them. And the dyed hair, don't get me started on the dyed hair and the tattoos. No one's going to hire you looking like that.
All of those things, yes, you could find a job with having all of those things, but all of those things, again, when you're compared with someone else with equal qualifications, those things could easily be a deterrent. So don't like that guy's logic at all. I would actually much rather watch this guy's video here in the background. And maybe I will do that later. I kind of want to see what this guy had of the pros and cons. He seems a little more logical than this Idubbz guy.
In my head, there would be so many other things to do and make money before stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating that a commentary YouTuber who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work. That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that that's the position you want to take. I think that'll age quite nicely.
You can add extra.
Okay, is this Idubbz guy like a paid sponsor for like adult workers or something like this? Like he's pandering to the adult sex workers. I think he's trying to justify what he's allowing to happen in any way he can.
Money as well, which, I mean, I don't know if it's really needed in that household, considering the dude will pull like 3 million views off of reviewing peanuts, but okay.
Sounds like someone's a little bit salty. You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or feel like you're contributing enough. Because based on your argument, then I guess Jeff Bezos' son just should never work at McDonald's. There's enough money in the family. I think there's enough money in that household. No reason Philip Bezos needs to go on OnlyFans. Doesn't need to lower himself to that standard. The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos did OnlyFans, that would be a perfectly fine thing to do. I think what I've
So he brought up a point. He's kind of arguing like a female. He brought up a point of Philip Bezos, Jeff Bezos' kid. So my simple answer to, does Jeff Bezos' kid ever need to do OnlyFans? Do they ever need to stoop to doing OnlyFans? No. Why would he ever need to do OnlyFans? I don't know why you brought that up. You're trying to make a point. It didn't really fall, but maybe you were trying to get a laugh out of it. I don't know. But here's the point, okay? When he mentioned, all right, well, sometimes if one person's loaded, right? He's admitting, yeah, this guy makes a lot of money. Great, okay. Makes a lot of money. If some person makes a lot of money, the other person's not necessarily going to feel fulfilled in the relationship, so they're going to want to do something to feel fulfilled. All right, fine. Nobody has a problem with it. But here's where I wanted to loop back in, where he said his girlfriend started an OnlyFans account. And here's why the dude on the pros cons board said before, like, hey, if I needed money, I don't think that wouldn't be the thing I would stoop to first, like OnlyFans, selling my body. What I believe he's getting at here is that, okay, so the girlfriend feels unfulfilled maybe. Maybe she feels like she needs to do something to contribute. So here's where I'm thinking as a logical person. There are anything else in the world that she could explore. Her boyfriend is loaded, and it seems pretty obvious that this guy probably gives her money or lets her walk over him in some sense. That's just the vibe I'm getting. So I'm sure that she's getting some pretty good money or being able to live off him quite well. So the point is, she should have the freedom to basically explore whatever passion she wants. Maybe she wants to start a blog. Maybe she wants to be a writer. Maybe she wants to be a photographer. Maybe she wants to, plant a garden. Whatever she wants to do to follow her dreams. Maybe go back to school and get a degree. But the point is, this girl is sitting around with the options to do anything, and yet she's deciding to start an OnlyFans account and to sell her body, sell her pussy like you mentioned earlier, to any guy that's willing to pay $9.95 a month or whatever it is. So the point is, when she can pick anything else to do to feel like she's contributing to the relationship, she could literally do anything else and it would help the relationship more than starting an OnlyFans account and getting a bunch of thirsty men sliding in her DMs, giving her free attention and validation and a bunch of money. And so here's where I'm going to leave this with. And I just put out that monkey, animated monkey branching video just recently, which this guy probably needs to watch. But here's the deal. What this girl is doing, this guy has a bunch of money, whatever, high status. So what she's doing is she's leveraging, how can I leverage this guy's fame? How can I leverage this guy's, his reputation already, his credibility? How can I take what he has, his whole following, and do something off of that, right? Because if she just decided to, my passion is to start knitting. Oh, she knits at home, right? That's not using her boyfriend and all of the platform he has. So what does this girl do instead? She uses her boyfriend's millions and millions of followers to make an OnlyFans account. So now all of the guys that watch this guy now go over and look at her nudes. Every guy that looked up at this guy or was a fan of this guy now gets to see his girlfriend's naked body or whatever, OnlyFans, and she benefits off of all that. So now she's going to make a ton of money. So guess what? Her leverage now becomes even higher. She just made all of this money off of her boyfriend's following. Huge following. She gets a ton of OnlyFans accounts. And she's giving up her body to all these other guys. She's getting free attention and validation from all of these other guys. And then at some point, this guy, Idubbz, who at least had this really high status before, he had this following, he had all this money. She's eventually going to get to the point where she's making just fine money. She has the following now. That what is she going to need him for? So my guess is she's going to exploit him for whatever he's able to give her. She's going to try to keep getting more fans from him. And then eventually she's going to put rules on Idubbz here, because why wouldn't she? She has the money now. She has all these guys giving her attention. So now what does she need the boyfriend for? So now she's going to put rules on him, and if he doesn't acquiesce, if he doesn't follow those rules, she's going to break up with him because she now has all of the leverage. Everything that he had, that high status, that following, all that money that she was attracted to him for, that's all gone. So now we are going to get to see whether she decides to still be with him because she loves him, or whether the little monkey branch is going to come out. And now she's going to have this money, and then she's going to go for a Chad or Tyrone or some higher status alpha male that would never put up with her making an OnlyFans account. Again, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you believe that he's a simp for allowing this to happen? Some people in the comments believe, no, he's not a simp, he's a pimp, because you know, his woman is making money and he still gets her. He still gets to sleep with her and all that. So they believe, some people literally believe that he's a pimp in this. He's like, yeah, he's using his girlfriend to make money. It's like, dude, you guys know women. Her money is her money. Your money is her money. There's no way this guy is making any money off of her. So no, he's not a pimp. All he's doing is allowing all these other guys horny, thirsty access to his girlfriend, and he put up with it. Dude, this guy, the relationship's gonna end, who knows? I'm curious. If any of you guys have followed him, let me know how his content goes in the future, because I'm wondering if it's almost like Sandman has said before, whenever Sandman would have a girlfriend or a relationship, he could tell his content got worse. It lacked the teeth that it once had. She made him kind of soft. So he's like, yeah, followers would notice. So you guys, if you follow this guy, that would be interesting to see. Just notice if his, content seems to, dry up or whatever of what it used to be, or if it's just not the same. I'd just be curious on that front. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I can personally say, dude, I don't care if girls have OnlyFans. I don't care if girls are adult workers. I don't care if girls are strippers. I don't care. But I would never in 1 million years ever commit to a woman that had an OnlyFans account, and even worse, commit to a woman and then have her start an OnlyFans account in the middle of our relationship. No way. Oh wait, there's one part at the very end I think you gotta say.
From this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retards. That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. Doesn't affect me one way or the other. If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else. Someone who isn't a simp or a cuck. Someone who maybe just gives shitty opinions instead.
All right, there you go. There you go, guys. There it is. Man, I'm... All right, I'm going to try to be fair on this. On one hand, I understand. I understand all the people going, hey, you guys, I'm putting out the videos. I'm the content creator. You shouldn't be upset with my choices in my life, right? That's what he's kind of saying. Like, why do you care what I decide to do with my life? Here's my thoughts of maybe what the people that follow him are disappointed about is that when they see this behavior and they sit back and they rationally go, that doesn't make sense. Why would he be doing all this? Why would he put up with that? What that does is that starts to bleed into his credibility. They just feel like they can't quite trust everything he says because there's something missing from the picture. There's obviously something that he doesn't know, which I think, especially guys on this channel, right? We know about what's going to eventually happen with this. There's just zero chance that this ever ends in a successful, happy relationship. Maybe they get married, but I'm not going to say it would ever be a happy one. Like, there's no way this type of mindset and attitude between them two will ever produce a happy relationship. Call me crazy. Call me an old boomer like he said in this. It's like there's just no way. So I understand why people are upset because they've been following him for 4 years and now every video he puts out, they're going to be like, wait, does he fully know what he's talking about? Or is there something more now that I need to look into? Right? That's part of the thing. That's part of what I love personally when I watch certain creators. If they're talking about something like knowledgeable, it's like if they are missing a big picture that I'm like, wait, how do you not see that? That makes me go, dang it, I can't quite trust them enough. I can't trust them that they're going to see the full picture and to give me things that I can just sit back and enjoy, because now I'm going to have to question if what they're telling me is even legit or not. So that's why I personally understand why I see so many people that are like getting angry, I guess, at this guy for that. But anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Again, I don't have a dog in this fight. I didn't know who this guy was, but I think it's important for us to see this because, like, think about this. He has, again, what I said, 5-6 million subscribers. How many of those guys then are going to be like, oh, cool, like, yeah, man, I want to settle down too. Oh, maybe this is what I needed to show. This is what I needed to show. And I don't know, guys, bear with me on this. I don't know whether this is true, but I just saw somebody, there was a bunch of comments people were saying about why else they think this is horrible is because they've gotten to know his girlfriend a little bit and they don't think she's a good person, which would be a big factor, obviously, in this as well. Just to give you a little more perspective as well, and I can't verify for sure whether this is true, but there were multiple comments for reasons that people were also upset about this whole situation, about this guy's allowing his girlfriend to have an OnlyFans account. His girlfriend has broken up with her ex-boyfriend after meeting Ian, that's Idubbz, one time. So she monkey branched already from a past guy to meet Ian. She still flirts with said ex-boyfriend. She talked about how she wants to break up with Ian. Insulted him on Discord about what a man-child he is. She gaslights him. She stole art multiple times. She body shames people despite being body positive. She makes fun of people with eating disorders despite claiming to, I don't know what that one says, made fun of sex workers for years and claimed being a sex worker would be her last option. All right. Now, when you take that into account of everything we're seeing, it makes even more sense about why this had such controversy or drama come up in there. And there were multiple comments that said different stuff like this. They just didn't like how she was treating him. So they're worried that he is love struck and he's not seeing what we are seeing. He's not seeing that we're seeing she's about to monkey branch or she's about to, use him and then leave him for someone else. Because you know how they always say, right? Trust your friends and family, people that know you when they meet, your girlfriend or whatever. In that same sense, right? This guy has been doing YouTube for so long that people know him. Like, I would assume that people watching my videos know me a lot better than I think they know me, because I forget that of how many videos I put out. I forget little things about that. But so all of his followers, they know him pretty well, and then they see this girl and they're like worried about him, and then little red flags she does, and then she makes an OnlyFans account. Oh man, guys, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.